So from the state that is bracing for the worst to the one that is recovering from a huge hit. Texas Governor Greg Abbott joins me now. You and Governor Scott have a lot in common, and your bookends in this incredibly difficult time in America for your two states, Governor. Give me a sense of your reaction to the bill that was passed today, at least in the House as it moves its way through, $8 billion. You've said that you're going to need $100 billion from the federal government.
Well, Martha, first, welcome to Texas. We're glad to have you here. Second, my best to Governor Rick Scott. I spoke to him a couple of days ago about what looks to be a catastrophe headed his way. We hope it pushes east and they're able to avoid it. But I know that the governor and the state of Florida are getting prepared for this. Listen, as it concerns what Washington did today, we greatly appreciate, and I've already publicly applauded what Congress did today. As they articulated, it's a down payment on the enormous expense that the state of Texas and our fellow Texans will incur. The population as well as the geography impacted was far greater than what happened in Hurricane Katrina. That cost about $120 billion. I am anticipating that Hurricane Harvey and the flooding aftermath in the Houston area where you are now will total far more than what Katrina cost, probably upwards of $150 billion. But we've been working very collaboratively with both the Trump administration as well as members of Congress. And listen, we all understand we're all in this together. You've seen Texans step up and take care of Texans, and we see our fellow Americans stepping up and taking care of our fellow Americans. We're all on one team here, responding united as a nation.
Let me tell you, I felt that so strongly today. The people of Houston that I spent time with are just so extraordinary. And the organizations like Operation Barbecue Relief that's here tonight and all of these other groups that are helping are so incredible. But, you know, one of the reasons we wanted to come here almost 2 weeks later, Governor, is because we see how these stories get so quickly forgotten. Are you concerned that once people move on, that you're going to have a hard time getting what you know you need to rebuild?
Martha, that's one of our top concerns because, listen, we all know what happens, and that is when people see others in streets that are filled with water, where the streets themselves look like it's the Gulf Coast, and people whose lives are literally on the line, and people coming in with boats, saving other people's lives, that captures people's attention. But when the cameras leave and the disaster leaves, attention departs also. And so, yes, we're very concerned about it. And then, of course, on top of that, we have these other challenges that our fellow Americans are facing because of Irma, and there'll be others. And so it's important that we as a team in this nation work together to build out of this. And understand this, Martha, and that is the nation was impacted by what happened in Harvey because of the spike in gasoline prices. Texas is the home of the petroleum industry as well as the gasoline industry, and because of the hurricane, it impacted the wallets of everybody across America to the tune of about $100 million a day just in the rise of gasoline alone. So that's just one of the ways in which we're all in this together.
You're so right. And, Governor, I got to tell you, I heard so many good things about you today and your leadership and all the areas that we have seen that got really moving again today because Labor Day, Monday, today was really one of the first days that people were trying to get back to their lives. And it's beautiful. It's really inspiring, and they give you a lot of credit, sir. So I want to thank you for being here tonight. Thank you, Governor.
It's the average everyday Texan who deserves the credit.
Thank you, sir. We'll see you soon.